I want to welcome you to the first The Other Me Coaching audio newsletter. I'm Khalil Sakikini. I also want to thank you for trusting us, for letting us share what we hope are helpful thoughts and observations. We call this newsletter Love in the Time of Conflict because relationships are complex. They're tearful, fearful, and joyous. But without them, we'd never truly realize who we are and who we want to be in the world. Most relationships, and I mean work ones, personal ones, sibling ones, all kinds of ones, quickly learn where the hurting points are. We learn what kinds of comments or actions are likely to be hot button ones, the kinds causing swift and often outsized reactions from ourselves and from the other person. But we can be, and we often are, ambushed. There you are, chatting away comfortably, and you say something rather innocently, and your partner or boss or whoever rolls his or her eyes or makes some seemingly harmless comment like, "Hey, lighten up," or "You're taking this way too seriously," or "You always this," or "You never that." Suddenly you're seized by a whiplash of anger, and you don't know why. Neither does the person you're talking with. Before you know what's happening, you're both hurting and hurting each other. You're hopelessly lost in a tsunami of painful comments. Powerful, negative emotions swoop in and hijack the two of you. The good news is that only part of each of you was engaged in the conflict. One part of you may very well hate the part of the other person at that moment, but only a part hates. The part that was hurt and showed that hurt in anger and in striking out. All of each of you, the other parts, the rest of both of you are still loving, caring, respectful. That hurting and hurtful part has something very important to say, and it overwhelmed the relationship. Something got triggered, and it will take work and open-heartedness to figure out how and why and what to do about it. For now, I'd like to share a poem with you. Share what the poet John O'Donohue has to say about
love in the time of conflict. When the gentleness between you hardened and you fall out of your belonging with each other, may the depths you have reached hold you still. When no true word can be said or heard, and you mirror each other in the script of hurt, when even the silence has become raw and torn, may you hear again the echo of your first music. When the weave of affection starts to unravel and anger begins to sear the ground between you, before this weather of grief invites the black seed of bitterness to find root, may your souls come to kiss. Now is the time for one of you to be gracious, to allow a kindness beyond thought and hurt to reach out with sure hands, to take the chalice of your love and carry it carefully through this echoless waste, until this winter pilgrimage leads you toward the gateway of spring.
To me, the lines that matter the most, the lines that guide my coaching are, now is the time for one of you to be gracious, to reach out with sure hands. I hope in all your relationships you'll be the one to be gracious and reach out when the time comes, or allow yourself to be touched and healed when the other reaches out. As always, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. May your relationships thrive and become more connected.